What is going on, guys? So today we are going to be doing a cabinet in the kitchen. I'm in the basement here. Yep, in the basement. Just trying to figure out what the next project is. Always got projects. A lot of them are down here. So, anyways, we've got a cabinet. It tried to take my wife's head off. Kind of. Not really. I'm being a little dramatic. But, it was all good fun. But seriously, no. The cabinet door came off. Pop, at least the top two screws started to come down like a guillotine. And the other two screws held in like Superman. And saved the wife. So let's go ahead. Let's get started on that. So, we've got... Yep, here we go. Guys, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. So, we've got a cabinet. The old lady was cooking the other day, and she went to open the cabinet. And, hold on, let's see here. Let's go like this. Alright, you gotta sit down like this. It fell off on her. And what happened is, you can see, I should get a ladder. I am short. The metal broke. So that's where you would put your screws. So basically what was hanging on to the other side of the cabinet cracked off. It's supposed to look like that. And the rest of the door came crashing down on her. Let's see here. You can see the screws are still up in there. So we didn't paint this white. It was painted white when we got it. So yeah. Don't hate on me. Don't hate on me. We've got new hardware. Ordered it from Amazon. Let's see here. I think we'll be okay. So that looks like that matches up nice, right? So that shouldn't be the end of the world. The screw holes. Let's get this lined up here. So it's just kind of got one lined up. So it's about similar location. We can see we're gonna have to move those holes. So we're gonna have to make sure that that's nice and level. I might end up having to take this off completely, just so that we can get a nice straight line between the two cabinets. And it's not as easy as, see, the hardware on the back looks different. Let's see. So I can't just swap the backs, because you can like take these off, you know. Let's see here. This one's painted up pretty good. There we go. So you could take that door off essentially, but it doesn't match up with the hardware on this one. So not the end of the world. We'll make it happen anyways. All right, we're gonna give this the old college try. I've got the toddler down here, old little Iris. So I imagine the camera is gonna grow some feet and walk that way. So if it happens while I'm taking this down, well, we're just gonna commit to it, and it might be a fun little blooper. All right. But we got one screw in there. That's not good. They only had one screw in that top bit. Kind of looks like a filler of some sort. I wonder if that's. I wonder if that bit up there is going to be stripped. Well, we'll find out. Pull this off here. Nice. I like that. Let's see here. Would you look at that? Looks like that works nice. The only thing here, so something I'm concerned about is how this sits. Here, this is the new one, and that protrudes out a little bit. About the same, actually. This just looks a little nicer. Yeah, you see right here? Right here? See right there. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens here, because the holes line up top. Let's see what happens. The bottom of the tripod is being attacked right now. Try not to strip them bad boys out. Let's see. Yes. So. Alright, let's take these back out. It came with new hardware. We are going to put new hardware back in there. I don't want to strip it out, so I switched over to just a regular screwdriver. Quick, we can come out with that. There we go. All right, we'll rinse and repeat the other one. All right, let's go here. These screws get a little bit more girth to them. So if there is one that's stripped up there, we might be in the clear. Yeah, you like my fancy insulated screwdriver? It's a little overkill. We get them for work. And we get new ones every once in a while just to make sure that they're still good to go. And then, well, I use the rest of them for stuff like this. All right, and we're going to go ahead and pull off the handle so this can lay flat, just to get a good idea about the spacing between the two. Let's see here. Nice. What's funny is we had these same ones at the old house. Feels a little bit more like home. So I mounted that other side back up just to get a quick reference. I want to make sure that we're going to put this in the right spot. So there is a little bit of an adjustment kind of built into this guy here, but it's not much. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it, and so as long as we get that inside pretty much touching, I think we can get, I think the rest of it can be made out of the adjustment there. So I think we'll be okay. So let's see here. Alright, well, I'm going to scurry my way back up there and get this door back down so we're back on ground level to work on this. This is the adjustment I'm talking about. So if we look at this, let's see if we can go straight on here. This kind of brings it in and out just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. That's about all you get for a turn there. Then this one, you're not going to be able to see from this angle. Let's see, let's try it one more time here. There we go. So that's what this screw does. So we've got very, very small amounts of adjustment. So what I'm going to try and do here is just put this kind of in the middle so I can go both one way or the other a little bit if need to. So there we go. This will be interesting, huh? Go like that, put that right there in the middle. Same with that one. All right, let's take these existing screws out. We don't need these bad boys. Here's the old ones. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit of a starter in there. I'm trying to get the same size drill as this screw. Obviously not the threads. We don't want it to come right out of there. But let's see. Let's give it a little test run. What you can also do too is, if you don't want to go through the other side, is you can get a measurement here and then put like painter's tape on your bit, and that'll be like a visual guide so that you don't go all the way through. All right. So these don't this hinge doesn't go out to 180 degrees flat, so I'm not going to be able to screw this in like this. I'm hoping I can at least get a, let's see here, a thread or two started. All right, 1 second here. There we go. Get a thread or two started. Yep. Let's see if we can get this other one here. Hi, babies. Good job. There you go. You're helping me fix it. You're so smart. Yeah, you are. Up here, I actually had to get this all the way fully extended to get this close. Careful, babies. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right away down here. Yeah. You got to tell them. Careful. 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 Alright. And let's see if we can get this marked. This isn't going to be the exact spot, but it's going to be the general location where we want this. Now we can go ahead and pull these off of here. Go like this. Alright. Don't need that. And we'll pull this guy off. Alright. Now we can kind of cheat here. And we are right at 1.5 inches. Let's see. So we know we want this guy right there due to our marks. Well, at least that's where the other one's going to hang out. And we're going to want our screw holes like right there. Alright, make sure we hold this together like that and like that. Alright. Right, back together, just like that. Those snaps really made a big difference. Well, I'm talking as if it's fully done yet. I guess we got to test to see if it's going to open and close yet. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put the handle back on, and then yeah, it'll be the final test. You're editing the video, and I like completely forgot the final bit. Anyways, so would you look at that? Opens and closes. First try, at least that's recorded anyway. But here it sits. The gap is, I'd say, pretty even throughout the whole thing here. I might try to close that. I think we've got a little bit more adjustment here. Give that a shot. Let's see what we got. Better shot. Too much? There we go. Better. What else do we have on the agenda? So I've got to caulk the tub. We're gonna install a GFCI here. Dehumidifier drain. We got a good. I'll go show you that here in a minute. Bath sink drain upstairs. Recently, I've got the dishwasher, so you can see this filter here. See how it lifts up? Well, all the goodies get sucked in there, and then it sprays it all over the rest of the dishes. So we'll have that to do too. So basically disassembling that, installing a new one. Let's go take a look at the GFCI. Alright. So, right here, I recently added this. It's a whole house water filter. Yeah, anyways, it's when you go to pull these out, water comes out of here, and it is really close to this outlet. So we're just gonna go ahead and put a GFCI in there just to make sure we're good there. And then the dehumidifier drain I was talking about, like this, comes to this guy. So this kind of just hangs out here in no man's land, and what they got going on here is a hose. So the previous homeowner left this for us, so it's a kind of a cool gift, but I don't like where it sits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up against the wall here, basically right where these coolers are. It's going to like make its home there, and then we're going to make a drain pan for the water filter, because when you pull those off, you get a bunch of water out and it just goes on the floor. So that's going to kind of go into the PVC. Then the drain is going to go all the way over here, back behind all this stuff. Yeah, we still in the process of unboxing, you know how it goes. Down this way and then into our drain. So that's going to be a whole other project we'll do. Just wanted to say it was really good to hear from you guys. The comments, it's been a year, and you guys were right back on my comment section, and it was awesome. I've missed you guys so much. So I just wanted to say, keeping collecting my contacts, all that fun stuff. So I don't get to be like taking it apart as much as I want to, but I've got some contacts here that are stripped. The rest of it has work to do yet. So, yeah. But I have come up with a way to get the coils off here, and it works really well. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. So, I don't know if I told you this yet, but the main reason why I'm stopping is because Iris had high lead levels, and this was just one of those variables that was really easy to stop. You know, it's if I was making like a whole bunch of YouTube money off of my YouTube videos, you know, I'd be like, okay, I could, you know, get back into it. But, you know, I was spending more on the channel than I was getting from YouTube. So it, you know, it's like, I'm gonna miss it. There's no question about it. It is awesome, and I do love precious metals, especially with these prices. It's crazy right now. It's crazy. So, but I'm doing like the scrapping still. So I still scrap copper, all that stuff, and I will be converting that into precious metals. So just the safer way, right? At least for the kiddos. But yeah, couple great ideas from the video before. So somebody had mentioned to get a shed, and I would love to do that. So as of right now, and I might do it eventually, but there's a couple of things. Right now I've got, so we've got, it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. We just bought it. Trying to get Iris was quite the ordeal. So I wasn't sure if we were going to have another one. We were trying, there was no question, we were trying to have another one, but we didn't do like the whole medication thing like we did the previous run. So our hope wasn't very high. And so we bought a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, and ever since then, well, yeah, we've got a need for a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, at least, right? So we'll be okay for a couple of years here anyways, you know. But eventually we'll need to get them separate rooms, and hopefully sooner rather than later. So I've got like another 4-year, maybe 5-year timeline to get out of this place and into the next. So, but right now, to get here, I had to pull some out of my emergency fund. So I tried to keep an emergency fund just in case. And I did pull some cash out of there to have a sizable down payment for this place. And so I've got to rebuild that. First off, yeah, I've got to rebuild that. So most of my income is just, we'll go to concerts and stuff every once in a while just to still have fun and not go crazy, but I'm trying to stack as much as I can, especially with having 2 places now. There's just twice the amount of possibilities of something going wrong, and I need to be protected. And my silver, gold, my other investments need to be protected. So I need to get that buffer back. So anything that's going to be, it's probably a nice shed setup, I don't know, probably $1,000 just for the nice shed. Probably want one of those all polymer ones just so that they're not rotten from the inside out with all the acid vapors. You want something sizable because it does take up some space. And then yeah, just it's a great thought, and I would love to do it, but I've got other priorities with my family right now. But hopefully the next home is our forever home, and then I can build a sweet setup for refining there. That's maybe in the back 50 acres. Well, anyways, it was great hearing from you last week, so I've been really looking forward to making these videos again. So of course they're not refining, but I had fun making this one, so I hope you guys enjoy and have fun watching it. And yeah, maybe if you've never put a cabinet up, I know I've never done one of those cabinets, so we learned something together. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.